In a previous video, I mentioned a household report that I had pulled up in my using my formats here. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'll slow it down and give you a little more information. I'm going to seek out my 1,296 donors in my list. I am going to load up that household report, contributions, just to show you the report first of all, and then I'll go show you how that was created. So you can see right now I've got individual totals and household totals, and in a few cases you may see where the amount is different between the individual and the household, indicating that there is somebody else in that household who has contributed dollars to our organization. Here would be an example of an individual, Tracy, who's given $3,300, but the entire household has given $46,000. So I'm going to go into Format, and I want to talk about the join tables. Think of these as a multitude of Excel spreadsheets. So this first one would be called donors or voters if you're political. And from the donors table, I've got all the check boxes that are associated with the donor table. And notice it says donors here. When I click on the address default display, I get again columns that are associated with that particular record's default display address. I have the same thing for home, for mailing, registration, and so on. If I was to click on the default display and select the just the checkbox or just the columns that are currently being displayed, I see city, state, zip. I could do the same thing and pull in the mailing city, state, street, zip, and so on for each different type of address. Household is where I want to go to at the moment because that's where I get some additional information, where I get contribution count. I can get the last date, last amount from a household perspective. So I've got individuals here that I'm listing because I've got 1,296 individuals. But while I'm looking at the individual, I'm also able to pull in some household information from another table. And in this case, I see the full contribution history or full contribution amount, along with even who the other person is by name. So I've got Tracy and Paul. So these tables or these additional columns, when I click on household, the columns associated with the household switch, and I can see what those are. Remember, at any time you can export your resulting new format out to Excel just by clicking the export button from here. Or if you prefer a more sophisticated one, you can choose a file and export from here, where you can then combine records at a household level or at an address level if you choose.